So, you've probably been told that if a woman's not interested, there's nothing you can do, that attraction is either or it isn't. But that's not entirely true, and today I'm going to show you exactly why. Welcome back to the channel. If you're tired of buying the guy who chases, the guy who waits for a reply, or the guy who constantly wonders if he's enough, this one is for you, because this isn't about tricks or pickup lines. This is about understanding something how attraction works on a psychological level and how to flip the dynamic in your favor, even when she seems disinterested. Now, here's where it gets controversial. Most women are reconditioned to believe they're the prize no matter who they are or what they bring to the table. Society feeds that idea non-stop. And because of that, they walk into interactions already believing you're going to want them, chase them, and prove yourself. But the minute you stop playing that script and instead become the man she has to qualify herself to, everything changes. You go from being background noise, tough signal she can't ignore. She starts chasing you. And that's what we're breaking down today. The mindset, behaviors, and subtle shifts that make women pursue you, even if they didn't see you that way at first. It's not about manipulation. It's about reversing years of conditioning where men were taught to beg for attention instead of commanding it. So stay locked in. Before we start the video, I want to remind you that my exclusive online course on mastering the dating game is available now. If you've been learning from my YouTube videos, you're only scratching the surface. This course goes deeper, teaching you everything you need to know about the dating game, from approaching a woman to building real attraction. We just finished section 5 in the course, and you won't find this information on videos on my channel. It's easy to access with a secure payment option. Visit stoicapproachtolife.podia.com or click the link in the description to enroll now and improve your dating life. This works. You'll never look at dating the same way again. 1. Stop giving her free attention. One of the biggest mistakes men make without even realizing it is giving women constant unearned attention. This is the fastest way to kill any chance of attraction. When a woman knows you're always available, always complimenting her, always replying fast, always watching her stories or liking her posts, she stops seeing you as a challenge. And if there's no challenge, there's no chase. Women don't value attention they didn't have to earn. And most guys are handing it out like candy, hoping it'll make her like them more. But it does the exact opposite. It makes you look predictable, emotionally needy, and, worst of all, boring. Attention is power. And if you're giving it away too easily, you're telling her that you have nothing else going on. You're telling her she doesn't need to do anything to keep your interest. So she won't. The guys women chase are the ones who don't throw attention at them 24/7. These men make women wonder what they're thinking, what they're doing, and who else has their focus. That mystery alone builds interest. Not because you're trying to play games, but because your attention is rare, and therefore valuable. Let's say there's a guy named Marcus who meets a girl. She's beautiful, flirty, and at first he's tempted to text her every morning, react to all her photos, and stay on her radar constantly. But instead, Marcus flips the script. He doesn't flood her with compliments. He doesn't message her unless there's something to say. He keeps the conversation fun, but short, and then he disappears for a while. She notices, she wonders why he's not acting like every other guy. And soon, she's texting him first. She's checking if he saw her new picture. She's chasing not because he manipulated her, but because he didn't make his attention cheap. The takeaway is simple. Your attention should be earned, not handed out. Women respect it. Men who don't make them the center of their world immediately. The less freely you give it, the more she wants it. To act like she's not special. A lot of guys don't even realize they're doing this, but the moment they meet a woman they find attractive, their entire energy shifts. Suddenly she's treated like she's above the rest. Their tone changes. Their effort double sound. Everything becomes about keeping her. That's exactly the kind of behavior that makes a woman lose interest or anything even begins. The truth is, most attractive women are used to being treated like royalty. Just for showing up. They don't have to earn anything. Guys trip over themselves just to get their number or make them smile. It's not new to them. It's boring. So when you're one more guy adding to that noise, you become forgettable. No matter how genuine or kind you are, you won't stand out if you put her on a pedestal from the start. When you act like she's not special, you'll break the pattern. You show her that you're not easily impressed, and that throws her off in a good way. It starts paying attention. She starts wondering what makes you different. That's where curiosity grows. And once she's curious, she starts investing. Now this doesn't mean you're cold or it means you're treating her like any other person. Someone who still has to earn your interest, just like you have to earn hers. When you hold yourself to that standard, you flip the dynamic. You're not chasing her. You're evaluating her. You're seeing if she fits into your world, not begging to be in hers. Most guys can hold that frame because they've been taught that showing immediate interest and admiration is the way to win a woman over. But women are wired to chase men who don't give their approval. So if she senses that you give her special treatment just because she's attractive, she'll stop putting in effort. What really shifts the game is your mindset. You have to believe that no matter how beautiful she is, it doesn't guarantee her a spot in your life. Your energy, time, and attention are valuable, and not everyone qualifies for it. When you carry yourself with that kind of quiet confidence, it speaks louder than words. She's not special until she gives you a reason to see her that way. And when you live by that, she'll feel it. That's when the dynamic flips. She starts chasing the validation you're in it handing out, not because you're replaying games, but because you respect her. 3. Create distance on purpose. One of the biggest mistakes men make is thinking that constant communication builds attraction. That truth is being too available too soon actually kills it. When you're always there, always texting, always trying to connect, you're making it too easy for her to figure you out. There's no tension, no space for her to wonder about you, no gap for desire to build. Attraction needs room to breathe. It grows when there's some uncertainty, some space, some distance, but that's uncomfortable for a lot of men, especially when they like a woman. They feel like if they pull back even a little, she'll lose interest, but that fear actually makes them the connection before it has arcans to evolve naturally. When you create distance on purpose, you're not being cold or ignoring her for no reason. You're simply not trying to fill every moment with your presence. You're letting her feel your absence so that when you do show up, it actually means you're giving her a chance. Thomas, you and missing someone is one of the strongest emotional triggers there is. If you're always around, there's nothing for her to look forward to. There's no moment of anticipation. And without that, her emotional investment stays flat. Distance creates obscurity. It makes her start thinking about you more than you think about her. That's how the chase begins. Not when she knows exactly what you're doing you have time, but when she starts wondering God at it. And it's not just about texting less or calling less. It's about how you carry yourself. You don't rush to reply. You don't cancel plans to talk. You don't act like your world revolves around hearing from her. That subtle detachment shows confidence. It shows that your life doesn't stop because of a woman. And that's attractive in a way. Words can't fake. The hardest part is having the pancetto let that distance work. Most guys cave too early the moment they feel her pulling back. They start overcompensating. But if you can hold your ground, she'll start feeling that shift. She'll start wondering why you're not chasing, why you were so calm, and that's when she starts reaching. Creating distance isn't about punishing her. It's about protecting your own value. When you don't offer yourself 24/7, she has toe work to stay in your world. And the more effort she puts in, the more emotionally invested she becomes. Don't be afraid to step back. That space you create might be the very thing that pulls her in. For let her feel replaced. This one hits a nerve for a lot of guys, but it's necessary if you want a woman to chase you. You have to let her feel that. Not the only one who could have your attention. You don't need to say it. You don't need to prove it. You just have to live like it. The mistake most men make is making a woman feel like she's the center of their world before she's even earned that spot. She gets comfortable knowing you'll always be there, always be loyal, always be focused only on her, even if she's giving you nothing to work with. And once she feels like there's no competition, no chance of being replaced, she relaxes. She stops putting in effort. She starts taking your presence for granted. But when a woman feels like you could move on at any time, when she owns that your attention isn't locked on her, no matter what she does, that's when things start to shift. She starts paying attention. She becomes more alert, more curious, more engaged, not because she's scared, but because she knows she's not guaranteed a spot in your life. This doesn't mean you have to play games or talk to 10 women at once. It means you carry yourself like a man with options. Even if you're focused on just one, your energy says, I choose to give you my time, but I don't need to. That kind of mindset is powerful. It makes her step up. It makes her stay. It puts her in the position of trying to keep your attention instead of assuming she already has it. When a woman feels like she could be replaced, she doesn't just sit back. She gets competitive. She remembers that attention from a strong man is not a guarantee. It's a privilege. That subtle pressure makes her value it more. It keeps her effort high. It keeps the dynamic alive. On the flip side, when she feels too safe, too secure in your attention early on, she stops being intentional. She starts testing your limits, seeing how far she can pull away without losing you, and if you keep holding on, you become the one chasing. That's when things fall apart. So the message is simple. Carry yourself like you've got options, even if she's the one you want. Move like a man who doesn't fear what can go away. If the energy shifts, let her feel in some level that that feeling alone can trigger the exact response you've been waiting for. The key is balance. You're not trying to make her feel disposable. You're just showing her that your attention has value and she's not the only one who might want it. 5. Show interest, then pull back. One of the most effective ways to get a woman chasing you is to let her feel your interest, but not give her all of it. Most guys mess this up by either showing too much too fast or holding back completely. But key is to do both. Show that you're into her, then create space for her to respond. That balance triggers curiosity, and curiosity is what drives effort. When a woman senses you're slightly into her, she starts paying closer attention. But if you keep pouring on the attention non-stop, she doesn't have time to feel. She doesn't get the chance to miss your presence or think about your energy. You're already giving her what she usually has to earn, and that Makesha pull away. Now, here's where things shift. When you give a bit of your interest, then pull back and focus on your life. You create a gap. That gap makes her start thinking. She wonders if you're still into her. If she misread the signs, or if she needs to do something to bring that attention back. That emotional tension makes her want to act. That's when she starts. Let's say you meet a woman and things are flowing well. You're playful, confident, and the chemistry is there. You tell Hiro you'd like to see her again. She seems interested too. But instead of blowing up her phone the next day, you keep it. You might send one message later in the week to check in, but you're not pressing for her time. You're not begging for attention. You've shown your cards. Now you let her play hers. That pause, that space where she expects you to be all over her and you're not. That's when she starts feeling your obsessiveness, but she might start liking your posts, checking and texting you first. Bakos, who gave her something real to hold on to, then left her with a choice, to match your energy or let it fade. The guys who master this aren't playing games. They're just emotionally stable. They don't need constant validation. They're confident enough to let a woman come to them without fear of losing her. That alone makes women want to earn your attention, not take it for granted. So remember this. Your interest should feel like a spark, not a flood. Show her enough to feel seen and desired, then step back and live your life. If she's interested, she chased the energy you left behind. If she's not, she was never going to stick around anyway. That's the power of showing interest, then pulling back. It makes you memeable, and more importantly, it makes her work for your presence. 6. Make her compete with your lifestyle. One of the biggest shifts in attraction happens when a woman realizes not the most exciting part of your life. When she sees that your world is already full, that you're moving with purpose, and that you're not just sitting around waiting for her. She starts paying attention, and more importantly, she starts wondering where she fits in. Most guys give up their entire identity. The moment a woman shows interest, they arrange their schedule, drop their priorities, and start making her the center of everything. That kind of energy doesn't inspire attraction. It drains it, because now she's not entering a man's life. She's becoming it, and that never keeps her engaged. What keeps a woman chasing is knowing you have something bigger going on. A mission, goals, passions, a daily life that matters with or without her in it. When you live like that, she has to earn her place, not because you're forcing her to, but because your time, your energy, and your attention are already being used on things that matter. And that creates natural competition. It's not about making her jealous or trying to prove anything. It's about making it clear that you have the standard and your life reflects that. You're not skipping the gym because she texted. You're not canceling your work just to chat. You're not changing direction every time she enters the picture. You're consistent, you're grounded, and you're building something that is stabby is what makes you valuable. It makes her realize she's stepping into something real, not just some emotional roller coaster. And more importantly, it makes her feel like she has to mature energy, not just be pretty or calming, but actually show up and be someone worth your time. When she starts viewing your lifestyle as something worth being part of, the whole dynamic, she stops acting casual. She becomes intentional. She doesn't want to be left behind or feel like she's being overlooked. That's where effort kicks in. That's where the chase begins. Men who have nothing going on are easy to forget. Men who are building something real, something meaningful, stick in a woman's mind. She may not say it out loud, but she knows when she's dealing with a man who doesn't need her to feel well. And that's exactly the kind of man she wants to chase. Make her feel like she's not just competing for your attention, but for a spot in a life that's already moving forward. That show you stop being an option and start being the opportunity she doesn't want to miss. 7. Reward her effort, not her looks. This is where a lot of men need to wake up, because the truth is too many guys are still handing out attention, compliments, and loyalty just because a woman is attractive, as if body alone makes her worthy of being treated like a queen. That mindset is exactly what keeps men stuck and women uninterested. Attractive women are everywhere. You scroll past them all day on social media. You see them at the gym, at work, at the grocery store. So, if the only standard you have for rewarding a woman is how good she looks, you've already lost your power, because now she didn't thrive to earn anything. She just had to exist, and that's not how real attraction works. A woman's looks should get your attention, but not your investment. That part has to be earned through her consistency, her attitude, her respect, her willingness to contribute some real. If you're rewarding her for putting in zero effort, she has no reason to do more, and most of the time, she won't. Men need to stop acting like beauty is rare. It's not. What's rare is a woman who brings value, and appearance, one who supports your vision, respects your time, and adds peace to your life instead of chaos. That's who you reward. That's who you give your energy to, not the one who posts selfies all day and expects you to fall in line just because she's got a nice face. The more you reward women for doing nothing fearless they do, and the more you hold your standard high, the more they rise to meet it. But that starts with you. You've got to be willing to walk away from women who offer nothing. But looks, you've got to be strong enough to say that's not enough for me. It's not about being harsh. It's about having respect for yourself, your time, your focus, your energy. They matter and they're not mean to be wasted on someone who isn't bringing anything to the table. When you make it clear that effort matters more than appearance, you automatically filter out the ones who aren't serious, and the ones who are serious will show it. This is how you shift the dynamic. You stop rewarding beauty, you start rewarding behavior, you stop chasing appearances, you start valuing substance. That's how you separate yourself from the crowd and thoughts when she starts chasing you. Let's be honest, women don't chase men just because they're kind, loyal, or available. They chase the man who makes them feel like he doesn't need them at all. That one statement alone will flip everything you thought you knew about attraction. If a woman senses that your attention is earned, not given just because she's attractive, she'll respect you more. She invests more. And yes, she'll start chasing. It's not about being cold or detached, it's about building a life so completed she feels like she has to work to be part of it. Now, I want to hear from you. What's your experience been like? Have you ever noticed the moment a woman started putting in effort when you pulled back? Or maybe you've been doing the opposite and want to change that. Drop your story in the comments. I'm Har and I do respond. Let's build this community with real conversations, not fake dating advice. At the end of the day, you don't win by being overly available. You win by knowing your worth and acting like it. Women feel fat energy, and once they do, they chase it. Alright, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.